Welcome to the Point Reyes National Seashore. We are just north of San Francisco along this beautiful stretch of coastline where Joey and I will be heading out today in just a few moments on a 4-night, 5-day backpacking trip. Perfect, perfect. Oh yeah. Okay, we are officially on the trail. It's about 3:20 and it's okay. It's a little later in the day, but we only have about 2 miles to go to the coastal camp, and that will be our first camp of the trip. It's actually kind of an overcast day. We've had some beautiful sunny days up until today, but warming up pretty quick here. Starting to walk through the sand. Point Reyes National Seashore is a 71,028-acre park preserve located on the Point Reyes Peninsula in Marin County, California. As a national seashore, it is maintained by the U.S. National Park Service as an important nature preserve. No other park in the world hosts breeding hoofed megafauna, elk, and marine megafauna, elephant, and other seals. There are various ways that you can get to this camp. We decided to leave from the Alamere trailhead, and we just got away from all of the people on the beach. Hopefully we'll have a little bit more seclusion now. We are already here at the campground. So these are designated campsites, and they have picnic tables, bear boxes. There are bears here. There are also raccoons and other critters. We are in spot 12. I see it right now. So this is site number 12. We've got picnic table, bear box. We're gonna set our tent up right there. It's a little breezy, a little chilly. I am trying out a new sleeping pad tonight for the first time, so I'm hoping it's going to work out well. I'll show you that a little bit later.
I'm just going to take these top two.
Okay.
And then I'll set the tent up and then stake the rest down. How about that?
Yep, sounds
good.
That
because sometimes it has to do with the tension.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Sometimes it's too tight once you put those on.
Yeah.
Here is the new sleeping pad. It is a Nemo Tensor Extreme Conditions sleeping pad. And it's got an R value of over 8. It's like 8.3 or something like that. I sleep really cold, so I like a very warm sleeping pad. And I have used the Thermarest Neo Air X Therm for years now. However, they don't tend to last me more than a year. I end up getting leaks in them. I think it is the valve. I think the valve has an issue. So I didn't want to try that one again and have the same problem. I thought I'd try something new. So I'm going to try this bad boy out and I'll let you know how it works. Brought some good gloves in case deal with any like wet, rainy conditions. Right, cozy home is all set up. After setting up camp, we decided to check out the sunset, although our expectations were fairly low considering it was a very cloudy, gloomy day. Boy, were we wrong. sunset is incredible, especially after a drab, dreary day. It is popping. I keep taking more and more shots because it keeps changing. It's so beautiful. What you got there, Joseph? What you got there?
Organic beef bone broth.
It's healthy. Nice.
In the body. I'm going to actually warm it up. Make some soup, maybe sprinkle some around the tent as well, just to bears to come in.
Bait them in. Tonight I'm having this, which I've had before, the granola with blueberries and almonds and milk, which is really good, but I've always eaten it cold. Tonight I'm going to eat it warm because it's chilly out. Good morning. It's day 2. It's a breezy morning, but it looks like we have clear skies so far, which is awesome. I think the sun will be hitting our camp here fairly shortly. Just got up and took a little walk and looked at the ocean. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's really cool because they do have bathrooms here and they have trash cans, so we don't have to dig a hole and we don't have to carry around our trash on this trip. And I think each camp has them, so that's pretty awesome. And also water. They have potable water at every campsite, so we also don't have to filter our water. We get some coffee going here pretty soon. The sleeping pad was awesome last night, very comfortable. I stayed very warm, so far so good. This is what we got going for coffee this morning. They had the old Trader Joe's. They have lots of Trader Joe's around here, so I was able to get this, the old instant coffee. Oh no. Please don't be broken. When I'm backpacking, I shoot part of the video on my phone, which I'm using right now, and then I use a Sony RX100 for a lot of the shots, especially around camp. And unfortunately, I was setting up a shot just now and it fell face first onto the lens, onto the ground, and it is no longer functioning properly, which is a real bummer because these are not cheap. I'll have to film the rest of this on my phone and get that taken care of once I'm back in civilization. Going to take a little stroll down to the beach, enjoy some beach time. Tonight our camp is going to be up high. We have about 1,000 feet of elevation gain to get up there. It's called the Sky Camp, so we won't have coastal access. So we're going to enjoy that this morning, but the 3rd and 4th camp will have coastal access, I believe. I know that we'll be going to the coast because we plan to hike to a waterfall. The sun feels incredible this morning, especially after the gloomy, chilly day yesterday. Still a bit chilly, but the sun's helping a lot. Don't know what kind of bird this is, but it sure is pretty.
What have you found there, Miss Catherine?
Got a live crab.
Check it out.
So I thought I'd show you on the map what we've done so far and what the plan is for the rest of this trip. We started here at the Alamere Beach parking area, hiked down here. We actually moved over to another parking area and hiked down this way here, all the way down the beach to the coast camp. And that's where we are now, right in here. Today we are heading up to the sky camp, which is over here. And we don't know whether we're going to take this Fire Lane Trail, excuse me. We think that might just be a fire road, so we might opt to do this Woodward Valley Trail up to the Sky Camp. Tomorrow, we will be coming all the way down here, move my camera just a tad, to the Wildcat Camp. There's various ways we can go. We haven't decided yet how we're gonna get there, and we'll be there for 2 nights. There is a waterfall near here that we're gonna go check out as a day hike, which should be really cool. Then on the final day, we'll hike all the way back to the car. Not sure how we'll do that, but we'll probably wanna go along the coast as much as possible. After a leisurely morning, we are packing things up to head up to Sky Camp. We have about 1,000 to 1,200 feet of elevation gain. It's warmed up quite nicely today. I'm about to take this puppy off. Breeze has died down, so it's gonna be a warm trek uphill, I think. We just climbed above our camp. It's right there below us. Pretty awesome rock formations in here. All right, we've hit the Woodward Valley Trail and we've got 3.3 miles to Sky Camp. Once we get to the Sky Trail, we only have 1.3 miles. Gonna be a little exposed here, it looks like, to the sun. Got some burn area. This fire was called the Woodward Fire. And a lot of these pine trees here are called bishop pines. I've never heard of them before. They look a little bit different than your typical pine, and they also have Douglas fir out here. We are about a mile from our camp, getting pretty close. All this right here is poison oak. There is a lot of it here, so you have to be very careful. We are up on this ridge. You can see the ocean down below. These very tall trees above us, and some of them definitely got burned in that fire, but it's still beautiful. Gone through some really kind of lush areas and cooled things off a bit. It's really nice. We're almost to camp. Looks like we have arrived to campsite number 3. Let's check it out. We have just done an L switcheroo of campsites because I do have service here. There's only one other campsite booked. So went ahead and got on recreation.gov and switched from site 3 to site 5 because we don't really have a big view of the ocean from 3. And we found a site where we will have a great view of the ocean. This is site number 5. Got our bear box, picnic table, tent pad right there. And if I swing around, let me show you this view. Really beautiful view. This is what we got going for dinner tonight. Mountain House home-style chicken noodle casserole. It's definitely a chilly night. I got my jammies on. Joey went to climb a peak. I opted out of that. I'm going to eat my dinner in a minute and then get into the tent and get warm and cozy. Clouds are starting to form over the ocean, so it's not quite a stunning sunset like there was last night. There's a little bit of color. Let me show you. Getting a little bit of sun this morning. It's absolutely gorgeous. Clouds over the ocean are beautiful. Good morning. It is day 3. It's a beautiful morning. Got some sun right now, but we are expecting rain later on today. Maybe not a whole lot. We did see that there is also a hazardous beach warning, so there may be some very high surf up to 19 feet, which I think would be kind of cool to see. in this area, and we're supposed to have some wind too. I had 2 cups of coffee this morning, just enjoying this beautiful camp. This camp is awesome. So far it's my favorite one, but we're gonna get packed up pretty soon and hit the trail. All right, we're packed up and leaving camp and this gorgeous view, but I have a feeling we're gonna have some more beautiful views ahead. Really enjoying this forested section. Feels good to be in the trees in the mountains during winter. It's more like a rainforest, I would imagine, with the ferns here and everything, but still feels good to be amongst the trees. Very peaceful, the birds are singing. It's really nice. We're walking through this burn section here, but you can see where there is new life sprouting up. All these baby pine trees. We're currently on the Sky Trail, and today we are dropping all of the elevation that we gained yesterday. I checked up by camp and we were at about 11, almost 1,200 feet in elevation. And so we will be dropping down to sea level today. It's been a really cool hike so far. We've been in the trees the whole time. We've gone 4 miles and now we have about 3.1 miles to get to our camp.
That's the Stewart Trail coming in that way, and we're going to intersect it up here and just follow this valley down to Wildcat Beach. Alright, we're pretty close to the beach and can see our campground. That is where we're headed, and then you can actually see Wildcat Beach right through there. So we're going to drop down, set up our tent, and then probably go down to the beach. But what's really cool is if you look on the hillside right over here, there's a bunch of elk, and I didn't know this until recently, but there is a healthy elk population here in the park, and I wasn't expecting to see them, but looks like we got them right here in our little camp basin.
We made it here to our home for the next couple of nights. Pretty awesome. Got that big herd of elk grazing on the hillside behind us. These beautiful mountains behind us. That's what we came hiking through. And it's a very nice site. It's very open here, so there's not going to be a whole lot of privacy. But the good news is we don't really have anybody in the sites immediately around us. Looks like it may rain this afternoon, which they are calling for. So we're probably just gonna get the tent set up as quickly as possible and then head down to the beach for a bit. The beach is right here. While Joey's setting up camp, I'm making myself some hot tea because it's chilly and it's gonna warm me up. Another cool thing about having these bear boxes is that you can use them as a wind guard. So that's what we've been doing because it's been quite breezy. Keeps the flame from blowing around when you're trying to heat up your water and make your meals.
Warning, surf may reach cliff at high tide.
Gonna head over to this little cove because it probably is a little bit more protected from the wind. Just have a seat and enjoy this beautiful view. This has been an incredible trip so far. It far exceeds my expectations. I really enjoyed the hike today, going through all the forest and the trees. That was incredible. It just felt like a taste of being back in the mountains, in the forest, during the middle of winter. I mean, where else can you do that? There are probably very few places in the US you can do that right now at, let's see, end of January. Just getting ready to head into February 2026. So it's been incredible. It's about 4 p.m. and the rain is expected at about 5. So we'll probably just enjoy being here on the beach for a little bit and then head back up to make dinner. And the rain should be over by, it said 10 p.m. So we should have a really nice day tomorrow to hike to the waterfall just down the beach. I got a little sneak peek of it when we pulled up here on this beach. It looks like it's gonna be awesome. I've headed back to camp because I'm getting hungry and I can see that rain squall off in the distance. I want to make sure I eat before it starts raining. Joey doesn't mind if he has to eat later, so he decided to walk down the beach. I'm getting chilly. I want some warm food, so I'm gonna make this 3-cheese mac and cheese by Backpacker's Pantry. No surprise, this is one of my favorites. The elk are starting to move right through camp. Pass right through here. Awesome. It's just now starting to rain and I just started eating my dinner. I'm gonna try to eat it fast. Well, it's early night. We have some rain happening right now and it's cold, so we're in here in the tent, cozy and warm. Gonna call it an early night. We have a fun day tomorrow, hiking to the waterfalls and spending the whole day here, which will be awesome. We don't have to move. I'm stoked about that. I'll see you all in the morning. Good night. Good morning, and it is an absolutely glorious morning. What a beautiful sunrise. Taking our coffee down to the beach was an excellent idea, so we just popped out of the tent and got down there. It did rain last night. It rained from about 5 to, I'd say, about just after midnight. It rained pretty heavy at times, but we got to wake up to the sounds of the coyotes very close by and that beautiful, absolutely gorgeous sunrise. I could see deer down the beach frolicking in the surf, which I don't think I've ever seen before. And that's one of the downsides of my camera breaking, is that I don't really have anything that can zoom in with good quality. So I just enjoyed what I could see from a distance and did some stretching on the beach, enjoyed the coffee, and getting ready for the day. I think today we're gonna hike over to that waterfall. We could see it off in the distance, but right now the tide's too high to walk down there on the beach because it's hitting all the way up to the cliffs. So we'll have to wait until a little bit later, but we'll get some breakfast and just enjoy this absolutely gorgeous camp. Thought I'd show you what we wound up doing yesterday to get down here. We started at the Sky Trail. We took that down here to the Baldy Trail. And we met up with the Glen Trail, and then we met up with the Stewart Trail here, which is kind of a road. We took that all the way down here to the Wildcat camp. That's how we got here, and it was a beautiful hike through the woods. I loved it.
Something spooked the elk that came running down the hillside. They were running right through the camp.
While we are waiting on low tide to hike over to the waterfall, we decided to do a day hike up to some lakes that are just south of us and above us, one of them being Wildcat Lake. That's the first one we'll hit, and then we'll, I think, see a couple more. How about these views from up here? Incredible. We are making our way around this loop, and we're seeing our first lake ahead of us, Ocean Lake. How long is the entire loop, Joey? Approximately.
I guess it depends on which way you go, but 5 or 6 miles?
5 or 6 miles to do this little loop, just right out of camp. You get these epic views up here. I can see the waterfall we're hiking to later. It's pretty awesome. Okay, I am completing the loop. I went down a little bit further to the creek, but decided to head back towards camp because I want to hang out on the beach today a little bit since we're leaving tomorrow. So I am completing the loop that we started and should be back at camp fairly shortly. Joey continued on to some other lakes, which I opted out of. Wildcat Lake. It's pretty amazing to have the ocean right here and also this freshwater lake just outside our camp. We're back on the beach, headed to Alamere Falls. We can see it in front of us. It looks close, but it's not as close as you think. We're thinking about 40 minutes to get there. But it's a beautiful day. We're at low tide right now, so now is the time to do it. This is not the waterfall, but it is a waterfall, which is really cool. Did not expect to see this. We got a little salamander here. Don't know if he's alive.
The elk are grazing all around our camp. Like everywhere.
Every dinner experience I've had on this trip has been interesting. First night was in the dark, second night was in the cold and wind and almost dark, and third night was in the rain, and now the fourth night, our dinner partners are these elk. Pretty epic. They're right here, they're not shy, and I like having them as dinner company. This is what's for dinner tonight. Sometimes I just crave these when I'm on the trail, and I never get sick of them. And tonight I'm craving it, so I'm stealing this one from Joey. Dual boiling pots down here. Well, it's been another epic day here at the Point Reyes National Seashore. Started out beautiful with a beautiful sunrise after the rains last night, then going on 2 hikes, one a little bit inland, but we're not talking much inland. I mean, right here on the coast, seeing more of the forest, the freshwater lakes, which was really cool with epic views of the ocean, and then following it up with a hike to the falls, and then having dinner literally with the elk. This place has blown my mind. I am so happy that we did this trip. We've talked about it for a long time, but it far exceeded any expectations I had. My expectations were different. It's definitely been different than I thought. A lot more forested, a lot more trees, a lot more mountainous. So that part of it I've absolutely loved. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night here, and with you all in the morning. It's time to hike out tomorrow, but it'll be a decent hike. We have about 10 miles to get out of here, so see you in the morning. Good night. Ooh. Although the surf wasn't as high as predicted or than we expected on the seashore, at least this part, it was still pretty impressive. Good morning, it's day 5. We are on the trail. It's 8 a.m. Got up early, had some coffee, looked at the surf, and are now starting our about 10-mile hike out. We're heading up this road that we came down on, and the elk have decided that they are heading up this road as well. It's kind of funny. Anyhow, it's gonna be beautiful today. We should have some beautiful views. It's gonna be a good hike. I don't know if you can see the elk in front of Joey up on the road. So we were going. They woke us up last night. I didn't know what it was. I just heard footsteps out the door. I got kind of freaked out. They were up late last night partying. Cruising right along, we're making good time. The weather is beautiful. Had to remove layers as we go. Right now we're walking along this bench. I think we have most of the major climbing done. Should be a pretty easy walk from here. We have about 3.8 miles to get to where we camped on night 1. And then it's just a short trip back to the car. So we're doing really well. Joey predicts we'll be out by 12:15. He's probably right. We're just about back to our first camp, the coast camp, and the rest of the trip will primarily be what you've already seen. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video here. Just to clarify, the only reason we're trying to make good time today is because we are trying to beat rush hour traffic. We have to drive through a major metropolitan area to get to our campsite tonight. We want to run a couple errands as well. This trip has been incredible. As I said before, it far exceeded my expectations. Wildcat camp definitely takes the cake for the best camp with all the elk around, and we saw coyotes and the wildlife. It felt very remote and it did feel wild, and that's what I like. We had everything on this trip. Forest, beaches, you know, lakes, ocean, waterfalls. We had a little of everything. I would highly recommend it. I loved the route that we did. I want to thank Joey for planning an amazing route, and I'll be back here. I would highly recommend it. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you on the next adventure. See you soon, everybody. Bye-bye.